A question I get asked quite a lot is, who colours your hair? And my reply to that is always my mum, because I've inherited this from her. So today I thought I would do a short video on what happened to me when I stopped dyeing my hair. So it was a decision that I made when I was about 47, 48, just over 3 years ago. I decided to have a menopausal meltdown and do it properly and stop dyeing my hair at the same time. Why did I do that? Well, here's a picture of me in my 30s. Ta-da! Dark hair. And another one that I've got here as well. Oops, there you go. Got the reflection of the phone in the glass there, so sorry, but you can see, there I am. And what I noticed as I was, by the way, I started going grey when I was about 28. I got a big grey streak that my mum used to call my Malin streak, and I should have just left my hair the way it is, or rather it was. But when I got to my early 30s, friends started making comments that the grey hair was making me look older, and back then it wasn't cool to be old. So I started dyeing it, and therein started a 20-year or so process from about 28 onwards, I would say, of continuously dyeing my hair. What I used to do was dye it and then just grow it out and maybe just use like a semi-permanent. But as I got older, I just got fed up either looking like a skunk or a tabby cat, and that's what it felt like, because I looked like a skunk every 4 weeks because the big white streak would come in, and then I felt like a tabby cat because, as somebody once pointed out to me, my hair was really light brown here and then darker because of the build-up of the brown dye continuously on my hair. So it just was like, this is not suiting me anymore. And it was like 3 or 4 hours at the hairdresser, even though I've got short hair, and brown dye all over your skin, and you spent ages getting it off your ears and everything like that. I just thought, I'm getting really bored of this. So I started doing some research on Pinterest, and basically I just put in a search term, people with brown eyes and grey hair, and I started looking at different skin tones of people that have got brown eyes and have grey hair, and I thought, that doesn't look too bad. So I thought, I'm going to go for it. So that was the reason that I did it, was just because of the whole skunk versus tabby cat thing that was going on. And I made the decision. I didn't really speak to that many people about it. I just went for it. And I don't actually have many photographs of me when I was going through that process. But I will tell you this, that because of the brown hair build-up, the brown dye build-up on my hair, what the hairstylist did was she bleached it all out, and then put a toner in, and it did actually make me look like straw, to be honest. And then the stylist that I was seeing at the time also just sent me away and told me to use a blue shampoo, and that was it. I wasn't told, do not put any heat near your hair at all. Don't put heat near bleached hair because it will frizz up, because it wants to hang on to water and it doesn't like being dried out. So I think that's the technical speak for it. So it was horrific. I looked like I should have been stuck at the top of somebody's pencil for about 6 months. I did look like one of those little pencil trolls with, this explosion of hair on top of me. But there was no going back, and every morning I did wake up and get a bit of a shock. But then I got another stylist just from researching on the internet in Glasgow, a lovely lady called Rosie, and she helped me get to where I am now. And that was just by treating it a lot better with a lot more TLC and using the proper products, which I hadn't been advised to before. So if you're going to go for it, make sure that you've got a hairdresser who is a fabulous colourist as well, like Rosie is. I live in Glasgow and her name's Rosie Peters, just in case anybody in the Glasgow area is watching this. So that was just such a lifesaver meeting her and having her expertise to say, no, this is what should be happening. But another reason that I did it, as well as like, having to, avoiding the whole grey line thing coming in, the white line that would come in your parting when when I was still dyeing my hair really dark brown, was my skin tone had completely changed. So the brown colour really started looking way harsh on me, and it just didn't suit me anymore, and it didn't feel like me. So all of a sudden, as I say, it's 2021 now, and all of a sudden it's become cool to be old in the last 5 years. Yes, winner. Which I love. I love the fact that there's so many amazing men and women who've stopped dyeing their hair and are, quite frankly, embracing the grey, because it is a privilege to get old. I feel it is anyway. So there we are. That's just a short story of what happened and why I stopped dyeing my hair. And I've got to be honest with you, during lockdown, not being able to get to a hairdresser, thank goodness. I know so many boyfriends and husbands who've got really good at dyeing their own hair and their wives' hair possibly, but I haven't had to do any of that. Whew. But that's just what makes me feel good. So obviously the ultimate thing here is always to find what makes you feel good. And if you are getting fed up of constantly dyeing your hair, you do feel that your skin tone has changed, then I would fully encourage going for it. What I did was I grew my hair out when it was still being dyed, and I had a really good rake around, and having a good rake around my roots pretty much confirmed that yes, my grey was not patchy. It was pretty much all over, apart from dark at the back here. Look at this. My mum's convinced it's coming in darker again. I don't know. I don't really look at the back of my head that often. But yeah, as I say, if you're thinking about it, I fully encourage you to embrace it if you feel that is a look that you would enjoy. I do get a lot of comments about my hair. I still do use a wee bit of a blue shampoo on it just to give it a bit of a something or other. And one of my nieces is like, go and dye it pink, go on. And I'm like, no, I'll give that a miss, thanks. So there we are. If you've got any questions, please do get in touch if I can help any further with this. I love having grey hair. I've had comments from clients who knew me when I had my dark hair and was still dyeing it, and then having it like this now, and they think this makes me look younger. I feel a lot happier being grey, and I think that it matches my skin tone a lot better, because getting more mature, which, as I've said before, is a privilege, my skin tone has changed. So one of the things that I do just to enhance my features as well, though, I do colour in my eyebrows because they've started going grey as well. So I didn't want to lose my features. So really knowing how to colour them in helps. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please do leave comments in the bottom, and as I say, you can leave a comment or a question, and I'll get in touch and help you as best as I can. But do your research. Look for people who've got the same colouring, skin tone, eye colour as you, and see what it's looking like on them. And enjoy the process. It's fabulous. And it's also, my hair appointments only take 45 minutes these days. What's not to like? Have a great day, and thanks for watching. Bye.